Okay, pro words. Oh. So the most common ones that we use in the 39th Battalion are what? So, starting from the left. Who's on my left? From the front.
That'll be boss.
So what's one of the most ones that we use? I mean, you can see half of them are written right in front of you. So if you acknowledge. What does acknowledge mean?
Means you've understood and understand what's been said. That deal.
Yeah. Or you've received a message, and it might be for somebody else, and you're just acknowledging that you've received it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Next one. Tell me. Tell me what you think the next one is. Just follow that list and go down.
Going down, Roger would be pretty much the same as acknowledge, just understanding what's been told to you and that you're basically complying to it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty good. What's the next one?
Grid.
Yep. And what does that mean?
It's the prelude to a grid reference.
Yep. Precursor. It just means that I'm going to say there's going to be some numbers coming your way. Okay. So that's just so that when the person's writing it down, he knows he's going to write some numbers. That's all it's for. And what do we do with a grid reference when we're talking on the radio? We say it twice. Okay. Because it's numbers. Next one.
I say again.
Yep. What does that mean?
It means you're probably going to repeat yourself in reference to grid references mainly.
Yeah, or, someone can say, I don't understand you, so I'll say again, all after a word, or just say the whole thing. As infantry on the ground, we don't try and say repeat on the radio, unless, of course, you're talking to an artillery battery, which means that you want them to repeat the fire mission they've just fired. All right, so we don't say repeat. I say again. Okay, I don't say I repeat. I say again. Okay, that's just a thing you've got to try and get out of saying I repeat. Right, next one.
So out means that you've closed the handshake that you've established.
See, you've ended the transmission. No reply is required or expected. Okay. What's the next one? Back to you, boss.
Out to you as me if you're talking to more than one person and you want to stop talking to one of them, say out to you, and then that person, and then you can keep talking to the other one.
Yes, good answer. Primarily used when doing multiple call radio checks to all call signs. So maybe 3 call signs answered and 1 didn't. So you say out to all the other three call signs, and then you try and get hold of the other call sign. So yeah, that's good. The next one.
Radio check is transmitting over the radio and saying Dolan, Helix, this is Dolan, radio check, and then you confirm that you can hear me and that the radio check's fine.
Yeah, but then what's the final part of that?
So you'd be Helix, this is Dolan, loud and clear.
Yeah, and then what would you do? Because
acknowledge that probably.
Well, so there's 3 parts to a radio check. There's the precursor, which opens up the conversation. You ask the question, can you hear me? And I come back to you saying, yes, I can hear you. And then you go, yes, I can hear you as well. And then you just say, Roger, out, or... Okay? So you got to start it. You usually finish the conversation with a Roger, out. And you don't have to say loud and clear. You can just say Roger, out, or Roger, over. Loud and clear. You say Roger because it's shorter. And then it's also, because we try and keep the transmission down to a shorter length time. Yep, next one.
Send
is
used as a signal to send a bit of information that you're ready to receive.
Yeah, okay. But it's usually the person who's waiting for you the information. So if they say wait, and then all of a sudden they'll go send, not use, and you don't say send it, it's just send. Send it is an Americanism. We'll try and stay away from those. Next one.
This is.
And
Ma-
what does that
that's-
indicate?
It means that you're about to call out your call sign.
Yeah. So somebody may have asked for Sunray, and you go, this is Sunray. Fucking whatever call sign. Yeah? Next.
Wait over / out.
Yep.
So you use this when you are going, you get in contact and you can't continue transmission. So you say wait out, or wait over.
Yeah. So, yeah, excellent. Yeah. But you would also put the word contact, wait out. That means everybody on the radio net shouldn't talk until after the contact has been completed. Then, because there might be priority messages that need to go back to 2-1. Righto, what's the next one?
Wilco.
Wilco. That's a weird one. What's that one sound like for?
It means you've acknowledged, you've been given an order and you've acknowledged it and are about to pretty much go for that order. Do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Message has been received, understood, and will be complied with.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Next one.
Nothing heard. So
Yeah.
it's pretty self-explanatory. You use that pro word when you haven't heard anything over the radio, but you've heard the initial transmission noise, I believe.
Well, yes and no. It could also be if you're trying to get radio check with a call sign, and then they might be able to hear you, but you can't hear them. So they might be going, yeah, I can hear you, radio check, over. And then at the other end, you're going, nothing heard, out. So when they hear that, they know you can't hear them. So if there's another call sign on the station that can hear both, they might get involved and do a three-way conversation, That's why you use nothing heard.
Okay.
Just so that the person you're talking to can hear, if he can hear you, knows that you can't hear him, that's all. So that means either you have to move to a higher point or he moves to a higher point, whichever. All right?
Fetch, which is
Yep.
used to get the usually the signaler you're calling to fetch another person directly.
Yeah. So you
Get them
might,
online.
yeah, like you say, yeah. Then you may want to go fetch Sunray or Sunray Minor. Yep, absolutely. Anyone any questions on that so far? No? Everyone happy? Good. Let's go on.
Okay.
Okay, not pro words. Send it, okay? Remember, it's send. We don't use the terminology roger that. It's just roger. Don't have send a message. Like it says there, over and out. It's over or out. One or the other. It's not both. Now, see the affirmative, good, solid copy. They're Americanisms. Okay, we just say Roger. Okay, and I stopped saying okay so many times, but hey, like the mannerism.
We don't
Okay.
also use what act that as well.
All right, so just try and use the right pro words,
All right.
or
Next one.
you might get upset with you. Okay, next.
Okay.
Radio appointment titles. Who can tell me why we use radio appointment titles? Anyone? Anyone?
Ooh, over here.
Yep.
They're for like different units. Like I'm pretty sure Ironside's tanks, Sunray's
Hang on. Stop.
oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay, so why do we use them? Not what they are, but why.
They're used to identify common elements in a fighting force. They
Yes,
can refer
but-
to.
So the real reason how we use them, so you may have a unit attached to you, but you don't want it on the radio to understand what level of unit you are. So it's just a group. They don't know how many of you are. They don't know the type of headquarter element. So you might be a company or a battalion or whatever. So now let's go and have a look at what they actually mean. So we'll start with the first one, boss. What's Fox sound?
Is that command?
No, somebody help me out.
Yeah, infantry.
Infantry.
Yeah, infantry. Excellent. See where you went wrong?
Yep.
Yep, good. Okay, what's the next one? Who's to your right?
Fortune. I honestly not too certain on that. I've never heard it before.
Yeah, Fortune is the FAC. We
Forward
called
air
it some.
controller.
Yeah, forward air controller. A FAC.
Okay.
Next one.
Hold fast.
Hold
your
fast.
engineers.
Yep, very close to my heart because that's what I am. I'm an engineer. Next one.
Ironside.
Boss, what is it?
Tanks. Armor.
Yeah, it's armor. So armor could mean tanks
APCs, all that.
or APCs or labs or whatever. Okay. Next one.
Sunray is your section leader.
Yep. Well, yes
Your
and no.
immediate superior.
Yeah, he is the superior of your formation. It doesn't matter what formation it is. It could be a company headquarters. He's still the Sunray, except he's a major. The platoon commander, who is a lieutenant, or the section commander, who is a corporal. Okay. And the last one.
Fire team leader. Of the
No,
second
what
fire
did I
team,
just
yeah?
say about the Sunray?
Yep.
So it's the 2IC of a formation.
Yep.
So it can, whichever level it is, that's where it is. Yeah?
Second in command. Yep.
Yeah, he's the second in command of whatever formation it is. But for us, normally it is the 2IC of the section, who is one of the fire team leaders. Anyone got questions on that? Happy days. Next.
That's
Slide.
the reveal.
It's in reveal? No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
we
in
don't want
reveal.
that. Yep, we don't want that shit.
Alright, so... Alright.
We've done that.
Oh, give me a sec.
One. How many ones do you want?
There we go.
Okay, parts of a call. Righto. This looks pretty technical, but we sort of covered this already. But, okay, so we have the initial call, right? So the initial call indicates which station is being called and which calling station. Okay, so 2-1, this is 2-1 Alpha, okay? That is that part, right? The initial call sign identifies the call sign being called. The pro word this is used to indicate the call sign of the calling station. But the last call sign that identifies the calling station. Very simple. Now the text, all that really means is what you actually say to them. Okay, that's all it means. And then it says the ending. All right. Normally it's either over or out. What's the difference between over and out, boss?
Over is pause and waiting for the other guy to respond,
Yep.
and out ends all communication between the two.
Absolutely. All right. So everyone got any questions on the parts of a call? Let's go to the next one.
Alright.
Okay, order of answering. Okay, so this is usually for what's called a net call sign. Now, so you'll see the net call sign is done in order of precedence, or alphabetical order or numerical order, and it's normally written down in your SOPs. So for us, it's written down in numerical order. So it'll be 2-1 Alpha, 2-1 Bravo, 2-1 Mike. Reply to the message in that order. Okay. So everyone see how that works?
Yep.
So it'll probably go all call signs are 2-1 radio check. So that means everybody in the call sign 2-1 needs to radio back to 2-1. So then, 2-1 Alpha, Roger over, 2-1 Bravo, Roger over, 2-1 Mike, Roger over. And then 2-1 will go back, 2-1, Roger out. Now, if one of those 3 call signs don't do anything, so the procedure for that is, so if you're 2-1 Bravo, and you've waited 3 seconds or 4 seconds, you go 2-1 Bravo, Roger over. You don't give them any more than about 5 seconds. And then 2-1 Mike goes, this is 2-1 Mike, Roger over. Then this is when we use that out to you bit. So 2-1 will go, this is 2-1, out to 2-1 Bravo and 2-1 Mike, out to you. And then he'll try and get back hold of 2-1 Alpha, this is a 2-1 radio check, over. Until he either gets hold of it, if he doesn't get hold of him, he'll just go, this is a 2-1, correction, 2-1 Alpha, this is 2-1, and nothing heard out. So that's where you use the out bit and the nothing heard bit. Alright, anyone got any questions on that? We don't use it a lot, but we do use it, especially when we're using bigger formations and we're trying to coordinate big assaults so everyone starts at the right time, yeah? Questions?
Got a question. Yep.
Yep.
Are we still using India 39 on the net instead of all call signs?
Oh, look, it's normally set the orders, what that will be. India 39 is
I think is it in the RATEL?
it might be in the wiki. Yeah. It could be
Yeah, okay.
India 39. Well, what does India mean?
It's just
You know?
is it the
It's something that's a
What's the-
precursor that identifies that call sign as infantry.
okay.
That's what India means. Another piece of useless information for you.
Next slide.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Whoa. Speech will be more easily understood if the following rules are obeyed. RSVP. Who can tell me what the R stands for?
Rhythm.
Oh, very good. What about the S?
Speed. Ow.
Say again.
Speed.
Speed? Yep, very good. Let's go fast and we can really... No, or do we go really slow? What speed do you think we should talk at?
Slow.
Well, slightly slower than normal, yep.
Yeah.
Why
slow.
do we do that?
So that you can understand them more clearly.
Absolutely, and especially if somebody's trying to write things down when you're talking. Because you know you can't write as fast as you can talk, especially as some of you guys. I know that you can talk leg off a chair, but, you know. That's why someone goes, hey, whoa, slow down. You try not to get them to say that on the radio, because it's very unprofessional. All right, what is the Victor stand for?
Volume,
What do we mean by volume?
as in the volume that you're speaking at. So if
Yeah.
you're high pitched or low pitched.
No.
No.
I think
More
pitch
whether
is
you
the
speak
peak.
loudly or quietly.
Okay, so it's a normal conversational volume. On radios, when you shout, it actually, you know how sometimes when it distorts through the speaker, and you get S's and H's get really well pronounced, and not much else. So that's why we try and talk normally. It's slower, good volume, and what's the last one? P.
Pitch.
Pitch.
Slightly higher pitch than normal.
Slightly high. So someone's grabbing your Jats crackers, so you can talk like that. Why do you think we talk like that? A little bit higher pitch.
Um,
Comes through better on the radio.
You sound better on the radio. And because we use the system to try and replicate the real operations of radio, a higher voice actually sounds better from further away. It actually carries better. Don't ask me why. It just cuts through the static and stuff like that you can sometimes get on the same frequency. All right. So RSVP. Remember that and try and use it all the time. Next.
There you go.
Yeah, that just shows them what it is. Yep. So
And class exercises.
class exercise. Okay.
Yay.
What we're going to do. Class 0 Alpha gets the lock stat from your section. So, what's the time now? We use the game time. So I was at 8:26. So I'm 0 Alpha, and I've asked from a lock stat from all of you. So what I want you to do is I want you to give me your lock stat as of the aid memoir and follow the format in the aid memoir. Everyone go to the map. Everyone found it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So remember, it's from it's 2-0 Alpha. So starting from the other end. Send it to me like a normal radio message.
Are you talking to me?
Are you on my right? So you're on the left, looking from the front. Is that you, bud?
No, that's
Was it
B1.
B1, yeah, can
Yep.
you? Yep. So give it to me how you think it should go. If you need time to write it down, write it down. You should always try and write messages down because it's easier to read them. Don't get confused. You can write them down and then you can read them slowly and you don't get...
Okay, so we're just
Fuffle.
assuming that the handshake's taken place and this is
Yep.
just the guts of the message?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can be 2-1 Alpha. That's you. And you're going to talk to
Yep.
0... Was it 0 Alpha? Yep.
Okay.
Just make a grid up. I don't care what it is.
No. Oh, okay. What's the grid? What's the pro word for
Grid.
sending grid? Grid.
Yep. You just say grid. You go.
Grid.
0 Alpha, this is a 2-1 lock stat.
Okay.
1 stop. Grid. Blah, 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 blah. 2 stop. Action. So we're in contact, but we are now stationary. 3 stop. We are going to move in the northwest in 10 minutes. Out. Or
I'll
over,
tell you
I
that.
should. Okay?
Yep.
So that's how it's done. So you tell them 1 stop, 2 stop, 3 stop, so that they know that they're the actions that you have on each one of those points. Yeah?
Okay, so actually say the 1 stop. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Because then people can write it down in that order. They don't write it upside down.
Okay, yep, cool.
All right, so have a crack at that. Let's go.
2-1, this is to 0 Alpha, whatever. Lock stat.
Say it around the other way. I'm 0 Alpha, not...
Okay, sorry. 0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha. Lock stat. 1 dot.
Yep.
Grid. 0, 9, 2, 1, 9, 3. I say again. Grid. 0, 9, 2, 1, 9, 3. 2 stop. Stationary. 3 stop. Not going anywhere. Over.
And normally what you would say, some sort of time frame if you're not moving, but you will be moving 10 minutes and going to say what direction you're going. All right. Next.
Is that me?
Who is next to the right of you?
Bud's Bud.
Bud, crack on.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha, over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, send over.
Lockstat. 1 stop. Grid 0901 192. I say again. Grid 0901 192. 2 stop. Stationary in a building. 3 stop. No orders to move. Over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, roger, over.
Roger, out.
Okay, next.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha, over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, send over.
0 Alpha, 2-1 Alpha, 1 stop, grid 092 192. Say again, grid 092 192. 2 stop. Stationary in a building. 3 stop. Moving out north 5 foot, ETA 5 minutes, over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, roger, over. Don't forget to close off the conversation by saying 2-1 Alpha out.
Oh, okay. 0 Alpha, 2-1 Alpha, out.
Alright. Now, anyone have any dramas with that? Oh, it does seem a little bit silly talking like this, but it's good practice. Okay, next.
Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, I know. Righto. So, the 2 on the right are going to be 2-1 Bravo. And I want you to come up with the questions that you're going to ask 0 Alpha. The other guys can think about it because I might get you to do it as well. So between the two of you, have a quick discussion on what you think. I mean, everyone can hear it, so you know if you think we need to what things you need to look at. Have a look at the aid memoir. See if it's got anything in there that you can use.
Alright, so we do a contact rep.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah. You could do a task report as well.
Okay, yeah.
But either one or the two, yep. The pros and cons for both.
What do you ask when you're asking for advice, aren't you?
So you go 0 Alpha, requesting information on what you want me to do now that I can't finish my job due to these angry bunch of civvies that are attempting to block the road. Request immediate backup.
Yeah.
And then he'll go, fuck yeah, do it yourself. He might not say it like that, but he'll say, request denied, all resources are deployed elsewhere. You need either to withdraw if you think it's not safe, or you need to control the situation. 0 Alpha out. All right, because, and you just talk to the boss, you just tell him what's going on. You don't necessarily have to use a format. You can just speak to him and say, hey, look, we're just about to hand over the VCP, and I don't know if you've all worked in a VCP yet. We have done missions with VCPs, and they can be pretty big, and
a lot of shit going down.
And yeah, a lot of stuff happening all at once. So just something else to put pressure on people. That's why we do it. All right, next.
Okay.
The only reason that's there is because it's not necessarily covered in a aid memoir, but still the message for that one is you can just talk the situation through. Okay, last exercise before we go out and play out on the ground. Okay, so you're a MFC in a section Alpha 2-1, which is heavily suppressed by enemy machine gun located in a ruined 2-story brick residential. Request your Alpha an immediate mortar suppression and obscuration of grid 014754. All right. What do you think we need to do first? Anyone?
You'll need to do a contact report,
Yep.
and followed by fire mission.
Yes. Although there isn't a thing in there for a fire mission.
Yeah.
But you could put that in as part of the contact report, the sunray situation. So at the last point there, request mortar support obscuration at grid 014754, and then
You have an old RATEL on the wiki for the MSCs.
yeah,
Just a quick one, Helix.
yeah.
If you're doing a contact report and you don't have enemy POWs or friendly KIAs, do you still say that and then you say 0? Like you still give them a number for that, or you just skip it?
No, you don't. If there's nothing to say, you don't send it. So you still go. So see in the contact report, the grid is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy strength might be known. You just say it could be 10 plus. And if you don't know the KIA, you just go, or there's no enemy POWs, and you've got one friendly. You just go straight from 2 to 5.
Yeah, cool. That
Point.
makes sense.
That's a good point. Because that speeds the whole thing up. But the sunray situation, you are not the sunray. Remember that. Okay, you are the radio operator. The sunray will tell you what he needs to be sent. All right? It's not what you assess as the situation. You're just sending stuff for him on the ground. But for today's activities, you are going to give me that information. All right? I sort of suggest that's how you do it. I'm not going to make you do this one, but just remember that's how you do. All right. Anybody got any final questions on that? No. Righto. Righto. Everybody, stand up and go outside. Well done to the operator of the Light Pro. Yeah, absolutely outstanding work.
Yes, I do say so myself.
Righto. Can everybody go to this box here, grab out a backpack with a radio in it, please?
Yeah, this is a limited arsenal, guys, so just go to backpack and select the only object in there, and then add a 117F to your backpack.
I can't open it.
They got a scroll wheel on it, man. Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm scrolling, nothing's popping up.
Oh no!
Huh. Did you do your self-interact, you hide your HUD, did you?
Oh, I might have actually.
I did that the other day.
There you go. I dropped it on the floor.
There we
Pick
go.
that up.
Oh, okay.
Right, he's all good.
Where?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
up.
I just figured it out. I just got my HUD back just then.
Oh, you idiot, Stimpy.
Oh, don't start. I was wondering why my HUD seemed a bit small, where there was nothing happening.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Alright,
There you
so...
Oh.
Jesus. Alright, so does everyone know how to open up the 117F?
All right.
Yep.
So yeah, everyone.
So-
you
Just
want to
double click on
run
it,
them
don't
through that, Frax?
Yeah, I'll run them through that real quick actually. So open up your 117F either by your ACE interaction radios and then open it, or go to inventory, go to your backpack, double click on the AN/PRC11F. You'll then have a radio interface pop up. Okay, you want to change the radio frequency to channel 5. So you click on the buttons where it says pre, plus and minus, so it's a lot bigger button, but you click on that, change that to channel 5, and you can use the volume up and down to change the volume, and that's all you really need to do.
Oh fuck! Can you do that? You can do that on the 343 too, can't you?
Yeah.
God damn it! I need to do that next time.
Yeah. There's also some other controls in here, but we don't really go into that much, so you don't need to worry about that too.
Oh,
So
okay,
does everyone have their radio sorted out?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we've got okay, so technically we've got 2 teams here. So we'll have 2-1 Alpha and 2-1 Bravo. So who wants to be 2-1 Alpha and 2-1 Bravo? So
Are you guys on the left will be 2-1 Alpha. You guys on my right will be 2-1 Bravo. Yeah? Happy with that?
That's
Roger.
legit.
Tough if you're not, because that's the way it's going to be.
okay, now 2-1 Alpha, can I do a radio check with you?
Alright, everyone happy? Everyone got a piece of paper and a pen to write on that paper?
Yep.
Happy days. Alright, see this cone over here? Everyone go and stand on that cone. Backs on.
Everyone smoke it. Christ.
Nice cone.
Hey man, it's a really good cone. So if
Hey
everybody,
man. Oh, sorry.
everyone turns around and has a look at the whiteboard that appeared, I want you to write those grid references down for all 4 of them, okay? So 2-1 Alpha, you will go to that first grid reference, 086419934. 2-1 Bravo, you will go to grid 09552046. Write those other ones down because you're going to go to those ones sequentially, yeah? Well, hopefully. Don't get lost. Alright, so if you have a look out the front there, you'll see that there's some quads. I suggest you take 1 quad each. But before you go to your quad, before you leave on your quads to your grid reference, I want you to give 0 Alpha a radio check before you leave.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha, over.
Alpha, this is a 0 Alpha, send, over.
Radio check, over.
Is 0 Alpha, Roger, over.
Roger, out.
Alright,
Just for clarity, Helix, did you want me to keep giving you my call sign through every step of that?
normally I'd
it's
say
best
Or
practice,
did you
yeah.
it's best practice to do that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right, Alpha, you can leave. Bravo, radio
That's
check.
cool.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Bravo, over.
2-1 Bravo, this is 0 Alpha, send, over.
0 Alpha, radio check, over.
This is 0 Alpha, Roger, over.
2-1 Bravo, Roger, out.
Awesome. Okay, you guys can go too.
West of us.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha, over.
Okay, you can go.
No, you do this one.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, oh, send, over.
0 Alpha, 1 stop, grid 08641934. Say again, grid 08641934. 2 stop, stationary inside a church. 3 stop, waiting on orders. Over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, Roger, over.
0 Alpha, 2-1 Alpha, Roger, out.
Not Roger out, it's just out. Okay, so with that call, you didn't tell me what you were sending me as a message. You just went straight into grid. I know it's going to be a lock stat from what you sent me, but you still need to tell me what sort of message you're going to send, okay?
Okay, understood.
Oh no, B1 just fucking crashed.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, move to your next grid reference, over. 2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha, did you receive my last mission, over.
0 Alpha is 2 on Alpha. Roger, out.
I initiated the conversation, I'll tell you when it's out. Move now, out.
So which one is Bravo going to? They're going to...
This is going to be funny.
Oh, the Delta one. Which
Because
one?
there's no delta, so they'll go, nothing heard out, and then I'll say something.
2-1 Delta, this is 2-1 Alpha, over.
2-1 Alpha, this is 2-1 Delta, send over.
Radio check, over.
This is a 2-1 Delta, Roger, over.
2-1 Alpha, Roger, out.
2-1 Alpha, this is 0 Alpha. Why are you talking to within your frame? You should just be talking to 0 Alpha, over.
0 Alpha, this is 2-1 Alpha. It requests 2-1 Alpha to do so on the checkboard here, over.
I know, but because that call sign is not within your control, you shouldn't really talk to them unless you're relaying a message to them. Okay? That's just put there just so you understand. Don't talk to subunits unless you're told to. Okay?
Say not to do it unless told so, but it says to do so.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just telling you that for future reference.
Roger.
So 0 Alpha out.
Alright,
Anybody got any questions from that? Everyone feel a bit more confident again, revitalising their techniques?
Yeah.
Roger, that. Hey, boss.
Yeah, Roger, eh?
Yeah.
Just one thing, Helix. When you're doing the after you've done the handshake,
Yep.
notice that the start of a lot of the other calls, like the message and all that, a lot of people were saying 0 Alpha, blah 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 blah. That's not necessary, is it? You can just once you've done the handshake, you just stop using the call signs.
You can keep using the call signs, but you know, to speed everything up, you gotta reduce the call signs.
Not after you've done the handshake.
Sorry.
Oh.
So you go. This is 0 Alpha. You don't have to, you know, because 0 Alpha is already a reduced call sign because we've already reduced it. You know.
Why were we told to do it just now, just for the exercise
Yes.
training? Right.
Yeah, because it just reinforces the use of it. That's all. All right.
Seems legit.
So I guess the main points to remember for RATEL. Well, there's actually a few main points. Think about what you're going to say. Write it down. Don't rush through it. Don't go, oh fuck, I forgot what on the radio.
That sounds like me.
Okay? So,
Good impression. Good impression, Helix.
so the best way to combat that, okay, is 1, write it down. Before you send it, say it to yourself a couple of times. Then establish comms and then go through the process. If you're going to send any sort of a report or a request, you say what it is. You can say that in the initial conversation. 0 Alpha, this is 2-1, sit rep, over.
You can do that.
Can do that because it shortens everything down. All right. Same with if you can do you don't have to establish communications and then start it all off. You can start it at that point.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that just speeds up the whole thing as well.
Right, I think last time I did this, maybe Anfo was taking it. You might have been away, and he was under the belief that was the handshake was just the handshake, and then you go into the lock stat or the task rep. after that.
Yeah.
So that's
There are
where
two.
my
There are two
confusion was
ways of
coming
doing
from.
it, and I prefer to do it that way because it's quicker.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only
me too.
reason.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can do
I
it that
agree.
way. I'll start doing it from now on. A lot easier.
And the other thing that you need to remember, RSVP. Okay. Boss, what's the R stand for? Bud?
Speed.
S? Dolan?
Volume.
B for volume, yeah. And B1, you get the lucky last.
Pitch.
Step high.
As you say, someone grabbing your nuts, you talk a bit higher. Hey, you can hear me, all right, fellas?
Let the old
All right.
lady on.
So you've all worked to a good standard?